welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Vanessa. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my 2025 book goals. I am going to insert a little bit of B-roll because I am wrapping up some books for 2025. Needed a little bit of something to get me in the holiday spirit and just feeling a little bit more festive.
Everywhere on TV, couples and Christmas trees, gift wrapping and cheer. Just the worst time to be without someone special. In all the movies they're kissing in the snow, holding hands and mittens, baking together at home. Not like the movies when I'm walking in the snow, cold hands and mittens, eating gingerbread home alone. I dream of December nights, kissing under bright lights, snowflakes in my hair, carols playing in the air. I dream of December nights, kissing under bright lights, red bow in my hair, sleigh bells in the air. The only thing I'm missing is you. Stockings on fireplace, but in my living room, a single one with my name, knit sweaters and lace. Dressed up alone on the couch during cold winter days. In all the movies they're kissing in the snow, holding hands and mittens, baking together at home. Not like the movies when I'm walking in the snow, cold hands and mittens, eating gingerbread home alone. I dream of December nights, kissing under bright lights, snowflakes in my hair, carols playing in the
Let me kind of explain what I'm doing with these books. What I did was I compiled a list and then an actual physical pile of all of the books that I didn't read throughout 2024 that I did put on a TBR. So I took all of these books. I have examples from like January where I was supposed to read things like Pet Cemetery or Real by Kennedy Ryan, all the way through October and November of this year. I have things like The Eyes Are the Best Part, Sleep Like Death, The Night Ends with Fire, and like just many, many more. I have already started wrapping up some of my books. So I'm just going through and putting them all in wrapping paper. The goals that I have for 2025 are to basically pick at least one of these books. So I obviously don't know like what book is in which package, but one of the things that I can tell in the packaging is whether it is like a hardcover or a paperback. This one's obviously more bendy, but I have about like 30 something books that I didn't read in 2024 that I did put on TBRs. So I think what I'm going to do is select at least 2 wrapped books, one of them being a hardcover and then one of them being paperback. I don't have an equal ratio, so at some point it's going to be like a double paperback situation. But I think this will be like a really fun way to get through my TBR and not really know like what is exactly on it, other than the fact that I know these are all books that are supposed to read in 2024. My whole thing here is this concept is also going to be like a self-destruct kind of TBR, where let's say I unwrap whatever book this is, and let's say that book happens to be Sleep Like Death. If Sleep Like Death is on my TBR for that month and I don't read it, I have a couple of options here. I can either put it on to the following month's TBR, so it gets like one more last chance to be read. I can immediately unhaul it, like if I know really, you know, I've changed my reading preferences, I don't want to read this, and just unhaul it. Or if it comes down to I don't read it that month, I don't read it the following month, it needs to get unhauled because I'm clearly not reading it. It's been on my shelves for too long and I clearly keep putting it off for whatever reason, so somebody else out in the world can enjoy it more than I am, and it's just sitting on my shelves. So I think this is gonna be a really good way for me to actually read what's on my TBR. The other couple of goals that I have are to obviously read my book club pick. So my bestie Brie and I have a book club together that's called Hoes for Pros, and each month we select a book. So we each pick a book, and then we have a couple of months where we have our members, or our shovels as we call them, pick a book. So that is obviously going to be one of the mandatory reads that month. I also want to make sure that some of my book subscription boxes are getting read because I have quite a lot, and to be quite honest, things like my Fairy Loot subscription haven't really been getting prioritized. In fact, I think I bought like all of 2024's books, and I want to say I probably only read like one or two. That's not good, because I think I got all 3 book subscription boxes by the end of the year. And I have actually canceled my Fairy Loot subscription because clearly I, again, am not reading them, but I do want to have some fun challenges throughout the year where I am prioritizing the Fairy Loot books and getting through those, just like with some of my Book of the Month books. So I also have quite a few Book of the Month books that have just been piling up and they haven't been getting read, but I know that we're going to be doing some reading challenges in January 2025 to read down our Book of the Month TBR. So with all that being said, the plan is to, let's say I do have a book subscription box. So currently the only one I have is Book of the Month, but I will be ending that come, I guess, March, because what I'm waiting for is my end of the year credit, which should come for, I think it comes in January. You get like 1 free credit towards the book of the year. And then my birthday's in February, so I'll get my free credit to buy one of those books that month. So I want to cash in on those free gifts, and then I will end my membership. So let's say that in January, I buy 2 Book of the Month books, or I get 2 because one of them would be free. I then also need to include 2 books from Book of the Month on my TBR. They don't have to be the books that I purchased that month, but they have to be at least the same number. So like what comes in, I also need to read. If I get 5 in February, then I need to pick 5 Book of the Month books to read in February, again, whether they are from that month or a backlist book. Another goal I have is to work through some of my series, because I'm in the middle of several series. I will say I'm not in the middle of as many series as some of my friends. I'll actually do like a how many series am I in the middle of video. I think I probably have about 10 to 15 series that I'm in the middle of, and some of them are like the end is in sight. But what I would like to do is each month continue a series. So some of these are series that maybe the next book is coming out in 2025. So I want to try to get to that. Or maybe I just am like only 1 book in and I do have plans to continue this series. Or maybe I want to start a whole series like Guild. I have only the first one on my shelves and it's one of the books getting wrapped up. But I wanted to know, like, do I want to continue in this series? I hear great things about it. So it's kind of a chance for me to figure out, you know, if there's series that I want to continue on in, or if I want to just finish out series or whatever. And the last bookish goal that I have is to prioritize my NetGalley shelves. It is pretty out of hand, even though NetGalley November just ended. My feedback ratio is somewhere around like 50% at the moment. It kind of goes up and down 1% because it's like every 5 books I read, I go up 1%, or every couple of books that I gain, I go down 1%. But I would love to get to 80% by May. That's kind of like an arbitrary goal. I don't know if it's possible. I think I calculated how many books I'd have to read, and it was like 123 or something. And I was like, well, we'll see. The goal is to read at least 3 NetGalley books a month, and there's another added bonus to that of I need to read one that's at least from 2025. So out of the 3 NetGalley books, let's say I picked 2 that were from 2024 or 2023, and then the next one that I pick needs to be a book from 2025, so like an actual advanced reader's copy. So this will just kind of help me stay a little bit more on task and maybe like more motivated to get to NetGalley, because I can forget about it at times. And that's gonna be kind of like the plan. So just to recap, the goal is to read at least 2 of my Self-Destruct books, so 1 hardcover and 1 paperback, or once I finish running out of the hardcover books, 2 paperbacks. Reading the book club pick for Host for Pros, reading however many books that I get from book subscription boxes in that particular month, continuing 1 series, and then reading 3 NetGalley books. So I don't think this is too hard of a goal. I think that should be pretty feasible. Based on those goals, that would be like at least 7 to 8 books per month, because I would say like for Book of the Month, it's going to drop off at some point, and I definitely read more than 7 to 8 books per month. So it's a fairly feasible goal list, I would say. I think it would actually leave a lot of room for me to participate in other prompts or other readathons that I would like to partake in throughout the year. This will be like a really fun challenge to do. Maybe what would even be really helpful for me is at the beginning of June, I can check in with how are my 2025 bookish goals going? Am I actually doing this? Do I need to ramp up my goals, change my goals, like fall back? Like, what's the plan? Yeah, I think that would be like a really fun thing to do. But I'm gonna leave you with some B-roll of me wrapping up some of my books. But before you go, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you'd like to, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
Kissing under bright lights, red bow in my hair, sleigh bells in the air. The only thing I'm missing is you, darling. You, yeah, you. The only thing I'm missing is you, darling. You, yeah, you. The only thing I'm missing is your Cinderella's letters. He will know that my wish ever since I remember. Mistletoe kiss, I'll keep on writing letters, I'll keep on dreaming away in the waiting every holiday till the day I can say I dream of December nights, kissing under bright lights, snowflakes in my hair, carols playing in the air. I dream of December nights, kissing under bright lights, red